fresh time, I mean Thymesia playthrough just came out, and the reviews are pretty good. It's a Souls-like, which is a burned and abused term for video games, so let's see how this one plays out. I find it interesting that they didn't have a voiceover. Huh. I guess I could have been reading it. Maybe you know what, I'll go back and do that. Let's try that again, huh? Game, 12 seconds, I think I can deal with it. Hermes Fortress. Hermes Kingdom, the land of alchemy. It's said that the alchemy employed here transforms diseases into antidotes. The people of Hermes were protected by this mystical art, and the kingdom became one of the most powerful nations on the continent. I hope I can read fast enough. In the beginning, people thought it was just another infectious disease. It wasn't until the livestock began dying and those who had been infected began shrieking out in pain that they realized a deadly plague had befallen them. The various kingdoms tried to fend off the sickness and ghastly creatures, but their efforts were futile and despair engulfed the entire continent. Hermes' kingdom, founded atop a colossal tree, quickly rose to power due to their use of a miraculous alchemical science which was able to turn the plague into a cure. As the plague ravaged the lands, they relied on this alchemy to light the blessed flame. But where there is light, there will always be shadow ellipses. I bet that sounded like trash. You're a skinny boy. The basic controls are use the thummy thing to move Corvus. Corvus is a fun name. I like that. You can do the thing to sprint. Yeah, you can use the other thing to look around. X to interact with objects. And then there's a pause menu. All that shit. Due to the recent epidemic outbreak, Hermes Kingdom is declaring a state of emergency. All citizens must abide by the following orders. 1. All citizens are forbidden from going out. Essential supplies will be distributed by the knights. 2. Any sightings of plague-like symptoms or mutations must be immediately reported to the knights to be dealt with. 3. Any corpses or unclean objects must be handed over to the relevant personnel for incineration and purification. Effective date, immediately. Alright, Donald Trump. Follow the commands and search for the corpse. Saber attack, wounds and execution. Use R1 to perform a saber attack. Use 0 to dodge the enemy attacks. Saber attacks deal damage to the enemy and leave wounds on them. Wounds are temporary and will heal after a short period if no more damage is inflicted. When the enemy's health and wounds are both 0, they will become dazed. Approach a dazed enemy and use R1 to execute them. Execute it. Yeah, perfect. Wombo combo. No Falco. Hunter died! I don't know who I'm fighting and why. Nice physics. That felt like paper. Deflect. Use L1 just before the enemy's attack hits Corvus to deflect it. Deflecting an enemy attack damages the enemy and negates any damage to Corvus. So a parry. Come at me, bro. Alright, come at me again. Oh, shit. I've never been good at fucking parrying. Use potion. When Corvus's health is low, use the up button to consume a potion. Corvus can only carry a limited amount of potions at once, so use them wisely. Ah, shit. Memory interrupted. Wow, that's super Dark Soulsy. You died. Memory shards. When Corvus's health reaches 0, his memory is interrupted and converted into memory shards. Corvus can retrieve his lost memory shards at the location where his memory was interrupted. Corvus will acquire memory shards from defeating enemies. Memory shards are used to level up Corvus at a beacon or talking to Izami. I do overall. I like the feeling of it. The movement is nice. Lock on. Face an enemy and use R3 to lock on. Locked on enemies will stay in the center of Corvus's sight. When locked on, move R left or right to change the target. I am just really not good at parrying. You are a devourer. Wield your claws. Tear them apart. Claw attack? Press R2 to perform a claw attack. The claw attack deals a lot of damage to enemy wounds. It prevents them from healing. Obtaining a plague weapon. Each enemy has a unique plague weapon, and Corvus can reave this one for his own use. Hold R2 to fully charge Corvus's claw and release a reave. I don't know. I'm gonna say reave. A plague weapon. Reave deals even more damage to enemy wounds and prevents them from healing. Corvus is vulnerable while it's charging his claw, so it is safer to perform on dazed enemies. Casting a reaved weapon. Use triangle to cast a reaved plague weapon. Reaved plague weapons can only be used once. Corvus has super armor when casting plague weapons, but still takes damage. I'm about to Google how to pronounce that word.
Reeve.
So it's Reeve. Was I saying Reeve? Okay, I'll know better. An anonymous soldier's diary, 01. The King's Dagger and the Grey Armor. They are our last hope. They led the survivors and tried to make things right. The infected corpses were burned to purify them of the sickness. Beacon. Resting at a beacon will save current progress, refuel potions, and restore health and energy. Resting at a beacon will also resurrect most enemies. X to activate beacon, X to rest at an activated beacon. Did he just put a lamp up his butt? Is that what just happened? Feathers as lethal as iron arrows. Do something with them, I guess. Can't read that fucking fast. Goddamn, what am I, in college? No. Critical attacks and feather attack. When a green light appears before an enemy attack, they will perform a critical attack that cannot be deflected. Instead, Corvus must move out of range or use a feather attack. Use L2 to throw a feather and interrupt the enemy attack just before the enemy's critical attack hits Corvus. Corvus will regenerate thrown feathers over time. Feathers will also leave wounds on the enemy and stop them from healing for a while. I don't understand what happened. I thought I was doing it right. Fuck, I hate extra mechanics. Why can't I just sword and shield this shit? good at this fight. I guess this is where I have to quit and turn this game back into GameStop. Okay, I think I handled that just a little bit better this time. Resident's diary. How did this all begin? They said that when an accident occurred on the day of the king's birthday. Previously, the plague was only spreading outside the kingdom, but after the outbreak, all have gone mad. Part of my brain is screaming to me that's some kind of boss room. Part of my brain is also screaming that is some kind of boss room. Hey, those look like bosses. What the fuck's down here instead? Paper on the ground, too. The pathway to all religions of the kingdom are either lined with monsters or blocked by soldiers. None can leave and none can enter. This game about to give me a giant dose of bullshit, and I don't want to fucking deal with it, so I'm gonna go get another potion off of the chair with the lantern in my butt. Alright. I guess we'll see what happens now that the music ominously stopped. Why you gotta be the big guy, though? Give me the small one. I'm gonna go ahead and take a guess that I wasn't really supposed to be able to win that one. Or if I did, who knows what the fuck would happen. Hermes' kingdom is built on top of a colossal tree. When national issues become too overwhelming, kings of past generations would retreat to the core of this mythical forest. Legend has it that here they can access the wisdom of their ancestors. As such, it is given the name Philosopher's Hill. Oh, we gotta give her a voice, or him.
Corvus, you're finally awake. I was worried about you. You were badly hurt. Luckily you made it back in time. Corvus, do you remember what you did? You need the right formula to Hermes' answer, or to use Hermes' answer. It appears that the injury caused you to lose your memory, so perhaps it would be helpful to start with a description of what you still remember. Come back when you've got your memories in order. Until then, you can walk around. It might help to jog your memory. Corvus, are you ready to recall?
Alright, what do we got here? Hermes' Royal Bulletin. The families of the Knightly Order petitioned the king to stop sending knights to battle outside of the kingdom's borders. The former chairman of the Institute for Alchemical Studies, Emerald, has officially appointed someone to take her position. Emerald said that she wanted someone with even greater abilities than herself to lead the alchemical research in Hermes. The Twilight Circus.
hailing from the Sea of Trees, was once again invited to perform in the royal court. As expected, Ringmaster Odor's new performance was received with great acclaim for all who had attended.
That's good. That's probably what caused this bullshit. Fucking traveling circus, abusing the shit out of them goddamn elefantes.
Map menu. Corvus can recall his memories by revisiting locations and quests in the map. More memories and locations are unlocked when Corvus starts to remember. Ancient words by the gate. It is the extortion of former kings. He who examines himself shall never be lost. That's so fortune cookie-esque. Very nice. Edward the Blessed notes, "What brings me the greatest joy is coming to Philosopher's Hill with all the children every year. Watching them run about, playing together, never fails to help me forget the turmoil in the kingdom. Recently, some strange sickness has plagued the lands beyond our borders. I must make sure our kingdom is prepared." Azimi's journal. Philosopher's Hill is the royal family sanctuary. Every fall, Father would take us here. He says that on the hill he is not king, but merely a father and a friend. There is no need for formalities here. He would say, after the outbreak, domestic matters became pressing, and our visits to this place grew less and less. In the early days of the plague, the nobles banished all criminals, the poor, and the sickly to a lower level of the kingdom known as the Sea of Trees. The upper ranks of society living above the slum care nothing of their lives. They refer to them as the hopeless, letting them succumb to sickness and all manner of ghastly creatures.
Whoa, that frame rate drop is pretty gnarly.
Level up menu. Corvus can use memory shards to enhance his attributes. Strength. Increases saber attacks and wound damage. Vitality. Increases maximum health. Plague. Increases claw damage and maximum energy. Corvus gains 1 talent point for each time he increases an attribute up to level 25.
I totally fucked up and have no idea what that wanted me to read. Alright, let's get back into it. Tattered Twilight Circus recruitment ad. The Twilight Circus has the following openings. No restrictions or qualifications. All able-bodied applicants welcome. Porter, 20 positions. Street vendor, 10 positions. 5 females, 5 males. Will be required to undergo a physical examination and perform clerical duties within the tent. Outstanding compensation. Interested parties, please contact. Village Elder's Manuscript 01. Several days ago, some mysterious visitors arrived at the village hoping to talk with me. I never had a good feeling about the people from above. After all, they are the ones who abandoned us. But they are royal guards. I could not just avoid them. They asked me a lot about the circus. Oh yeah, the circus is coming up a lot. Seems pretty sus, bruh. Alright, I'm getting pretty okay at that. Twilight Circus poster. We have returned! A brand new program made just for you, the audience, with featured acts such as Big Clown Beatle-rama, Dagger's Fatal Roll Call, and the highly anticipated Grand Illusionist, Odora's Mysterious Finale. Every Saturday and Sunday, just at the break of dusk, the circus tent opens just for you. God damn it, I didn't mean to do that. A note from an unknown hopeless 01. I want to join the circus in order to provide for my family. There are rumors floating around that some people go into the tent and never come out, but the pay is so good that nobody really cares. The staff member that did my health check said my body is just what they are looking for. No idea what that means, but to hell with it.
They're just thinking, you're a fine young looking man or woman.
Note on Hermes' life. Sea of Trees, 01. Almost every resident in the forest is constructed around the sacred trees. The people believe that if they are close to the trees, they will receive their blessings and protection. Even those whose homes are not in direct contact with sacred trees will carry tiny branches to drive off the plague. Twilight Circus recruitment ad. The Twilight Circus is urgently seeking porters and carpenters. 50 positions available. No restrictions or qualifications. Outstanding compensation. Interested parties, please contact. God damn it. Oh, okay, I see what's going on. It let me view it before it was ready to be viewed, I think.
Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be some kind of a boss fight. That's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go get my ass walloped for a minute. Potion menu. In potion menu, Corvus can use an alchemy enhancer to increase the number of potions he can carry. The potion's health recovery and number of ingredient slots on a potion. After unlocking ingredient slots, Corvus can add different ingredients to the potion and gain extra effects. Corvus will obtain an alchemy enhancer after defeating more challenging enemies for the first time. I made short work of that one, so oop. Market announcement. The circus seeks to procure small-sized animals in any condition for use in its performances. Flyers, runners, jumpers, whatever. If it moves, we'll take it. Interested parties, please inquire within. Notes on Hermes' Life Circus 01.
In the beginning, the circus was just some personal entertainment for the village workers. A few people getting together, amusing each other with cheap tricks. Gradually, it began to grow. They called themselves Twilight. Besides signifying their nighttime performances, it also implies a way of finding joy in hardship.
Note from the Royal Guard. We entered the Sea of Fools under the guise of helping the research team speed up their progress. But we are actually here to investigate the strange activities of the Twilight Circus.